Welcome to Learn Smart with Shweta. So, students, today we will be doing sulfuric acid chapter. In this chapter, as per the ICSE board syllabus, we mainly have contact process, manufacture of sulfuric acid by contact process, and the chemical properties of sulfuric acids. So, our focus will be on contact process and the chemical reactions of sulfuric acid. So, let's get started. We'll try to cover the contact process first. So, when we do the manufacture of sulfuric acid by contact process, there are three main steps in the contact process. Let's look at the steps quickly. So, the first step is the production of sulfur dioxide gas. So, see, the first step is we have to produce sulfur dioxide gas. How is sulfur dioxide gas prepared? So, it is prepared by the burning, either by burning sulfur or by burning iron pyrite. Iron pyrite is FeS2. So either by burning sulfur or by burning iron pyrite, sulfur dioxide can be prepared. That's the first step of contact process. Now, when this is done, that means the production of sulfur dioxide is done. Then there are some impurities which are present. So we need to get rid of that impurity. So see, the first step, that is burning sulfur and oxygen. If you look at the diagram, this is the diagram of the contact process. A is called the blower. It is that chamber from where air is blown. Air means here it is oxygen. So oxygen is passed through A. A is the blower. And B you are seeing, B is called the sulfur or pyrite burner. It is here where the sulfur is burnt or iron pyrite is burnt to produce sulfur dioxide. So that's the first step. But when sulfur and oxygen are burnt to produce sulfur dioxide, or iron pyrite and oxygen is burned to produce sulfur dioxide, impurities are produced. There are some impurities also with that. What are those impurities? So those impurities are mostly dust, pyrite dust. How those impurities are removed? So those impurities are removed in a step-by-step manner. First, they are passed through C. C is called the dusting tower. Now, dusting tower, what it does here, the dust is removed. How they are removed? By downward blow of the steam. So the steam is blowed over here downward blow of steam, the dust particles get removed. But when this is done, the gases become too hot. So they are cooled by passing through the pipe D. So D are the cooling pipes which cools the gases. Now, but it is seen that there are more impurities. So those more dust particles needs to be removed further. How it is done? In chamber E, which is called the scrubbing tower. Now, this scrubbing tower, the downwards uh, spray of water is done. So, spray of water removes the dust particles further in chamber E. So, E is called the scrubbing tower. Now, the impurities are all gone, but we want dry sulfur dioxide gas. So, therefore, it is passed through concentrated sulfuric acid, which absorbs the moisture, and we get dry sulfur dioxide gas. So, F is the drying tower. As you can see, F is the drying tower over here. So, we get the dry sulfur dioxide gas in chamber F. Now, it still might contain, and it still contains some arsenic impurities, which is arsenic oxide. So how are they removed? They are passed through another purifier called arsenic purifier, which is the G. The chamber G that you are seeing, that is actually arsenic purifier. So the gases are passed through this arsenic purifier, which is which mostly consists of ferric hydroxide. Now this ferric hydroxide removes the arsenic oxide, and the gas is now almost pure. It does not contain any impurities. So now it comes into the testing box. This one you are seeing H. H is the testing box. So it is tested that the gases are pure, and now they are passed through the contact tower. Now, second step actually starts from here. So first step was only production of sulfur dioxide, which is done. Now, second step is a conversion of sulfur dioxide to sulfur trioxide. And this conversion is catalytic oxidation, which means when sulfur dioxide is converted to sulfur trioxide, It is an oxidation process as oxygen is added. And catalytic oxidation means it involves a catalyst. What is the catalyst that is present? The catalyst is V2O5 called vanadium pentoxide. Now this vanadium pentoxide is not the sole catalyst that can be used. Even platinum can be used as the catalyst, but platinum is not used. Why it is not used? Because it is expensive. Vanadium pentoxide is cheaper and it is less easily poisoned by the impurities. So that's why platinum is not used and vanadium pentoxide is preferred. This also comes in exam, that why vanadium pentoxide is preferred over platinum. So we should write that it is cheaper and moreover it is less easily poisoned by the impurities. So we use vanadium pentoxide and we don't use platinum. All right. Next is what should be the temperature, because it is catalytic oxidation, so it needs to be heated. It needs to be heated till 450. I mean the in this conversion it needed to be heated only initially. Only initially it should be heated. Why? Because you see, look at this reaction. SO2 plus O2 gives SO3 plus heat sign, which means it is an exothermic reaction. So the reaction mixture should be heated only initially, but later on, the heat produced during the reaction being exothermic, it maintains that temperature of 450 to 500 degrees centigrade temperature. So we don't need to heat it after that. So only initially it should be heated. And this also question comes, that why the reaction should be heated only initially. So we should write this because the reaction is exothermic and the heat produced during the reaction, it maintains the temperature of the reaction after this. What is the pressure? So pressure that is required for this reaction is 1 to 2 atmosphere. What will happen if the pressure is less or the pressure is more? So it is seen as 1 to 2 atmosphere is a optimum pressure. If the pressure is more than this, then there are problems, like it can damages the pipe, the lead pipe, or it can even decompose the catalyst that we have. So therefore, pressure should be optimum, which is 1 to 2 atmosphere. Again, this question comes, that why pressure. I'll take you through the different questions that we generally get. So pressure should be 1 to 2 atmospheres. Okay? Now we have seen that in this conversion which takes place in the contact tower, only 98% sulfur dioxide is converted to sulfur trioxide. Anyways, any reactions, they are not 100% efficient. So here the 98% is a good conversion. So 98% of sulfur dioxide is converted to sulfur trioxide. So our second step is also done. First step was production of sulfur dioxide gas, which is done. Second step was oxidation of sulfur dioxide to sulfur trioxide, which is also done. What is the third step? Now, third step is we have to convert this sulfur trioxide to sulfuric acid. How to do it? Now, if you remember, you have done in your earlier classes like 7th and 8th grade that sulfur trioxide plus water gives you sulfuric acid. Which means what? We have already got sulfur trioxide. If only we add water to it, we should get sulfuric acid. But actually, it's not the case. So it is seen that if sulfur dioxide, so one sulfur trioxide is prepared over here, it is seen that if water is added to it or it is absorbed in water, the reaction is highly exothermic. And we get sulfur dioxide particles, which kind of, it don't even condense. So there are sulfur dioxide particles and it looks like a dense fog and it don't condense also easily. So to avoid this, it is not directly absorbed in water. तो मतलब जो sulfur trioxide बना, it is not absorbed in water to produce sulfuric acid. What it is done, it is absorbed in sulfuric acid, H2SO4, 98% sulfuric acid. देखो ये next tower का नाम, tower number J, it is absorption tower. So it is absorbed in 98% sulfuric acid. So reason I told you, so when sulfur trioxide and sulfuric acid, they form oleum, H2S2O7, the name of this compound, this is oleum, or it is also called pyrosulfuric acid. Now, how does this help? Now, when H2S2O7 is produced, which is oleum or pyrosulfuric acid, this can be now diluted. So diluted means water can be added to it And so when water is added to it, we get sulfuric acid. So H2S2O7, that is oleum plus water, it gives us sulfuric acid H2SO4, and we can get. So in this manner, we are getting sulfuric acid. So dilution of oleum takes place in dilution tank. देखो ये dilution tank है K. You can see K written over here. This is the dilution tank. So what is done over here? Oleum is diluted with water. That means calculated amount of water is added to it, and oleum reacts with water and forms sulfuric acid, and we get sulfuric acid. So this is how, this is the whole process of manufacture of sulfuric acid by contact process. So what we need to know from examination point of view, that the three steps. Step 1 is production of sulfur dioxide gas. Step 2 is production, catalytic conversion of sulfur dioxide to sulfur trioxide. Then sulfur trioxide is absorbed by sulfuric acid, 98% sulfuric acid, to produce oleum. H2S2O7 is oleum. Oleum is also called pyrosulfuric acid. And then this oleum or pyrosulfuric acid, this is then diluted with water and we get sulfuric acid. So this is the whole process of uh, manufacture of sulfuric acid by contact process. I hope it is clear. Now there is some questions that I told you before while I was discussing. I want to highlight those questions now because they come in exam. So questions come like, why burning of sulfur or iron pyrites is preferred to purified air? इसका क्या मतलब है? मतलब we are burning of sulfur or iron pyrite is preferred to purified air. So why we are burning sulfur or iron pyrite in oxygen, and why burning of sulfur or iron pyrite is preferred in oxygen, it should be, to purified air. मतलब oxygen में burn we are preferring and not in purified air. Why? Because see, in air nitrogen is also present, and nitrogen has got nothing to do in this reaction. So why to waste our heat energy? So our answer will be that heat energy is wasted in heating the unreactive nitrogen component of the air. So we don't use purified air. We use oxygen to burn sulfur or iron pyrite, and this we should remember. Next is, what are the impurities which are present? I have covered this. So just to highlight that impurities present are dust particles, mainly they are pyrite dust. And why we have to remove? If we don't remove the impurities, they will poison our catalyst. Our catalyst will get poisoned. So and its efficiency will go down. So we should remove the impurities. So how we remove the impurities? We pass it through dusting, we pass it through towers, scrubbing tower we have seen, dusting tower we had seen. So we pass it through them and the impurities are removed. And we had seen that for removing arsenic impurity, we had passed it through arsenic purifier, and which consists of ferric hydroxide, and arsenic oxide is also removed. Then we discussed that why vanadium pentoxide is preferred and not platinum as a catalyst. So reason is why that vanadium pentoxide is cheaper and it is less easily poisoned to impurities. That's why we are using that. Next is, which promoter is used? We use a promoter to increase the efficiency of the catalyst. Name of the promoter is potassium oxide. All these are important. This will make you exam ready. So all these questions you will get. So promoter used is potassium oxide. Then this also I covered, that why we need to heat the catalyst only initially. बाद में नहीं, heating is required when sulfur dioxide to sulfur trioxide का conversion takes place. So the reason is that when the reaction is exothermic, so heat produced during the reaction that maintains the temperature of 450 to 500 degrees centigrade temperature. So we only need to heat it initially, and later on heating is not required. Optimum temperature, we said 450 to 500 degrees centigrade temperature is required, and optimum pressure is 1 to 2 atmosphere. अगर ज़्यादा pressure होगा तो क्या problem है? So problem is that it will damage the lead pipes and the acid resisting tower को वो damage, it will damage. It will also decompose the catalyst, so it is not preferred. Next is that why we are absorbing it through sulfuric acid. Directly पानी को क्यों नहीं use किया? So even though sulfur trioxide is an देखो, even though sulfur trioxide is an acid anhydride of sulfuric acid, why it is not directly absorbed in water to give sulfuric acid? So reason क्या है? Reason is that the reaction is highly exothermic and results in the production of a dense fog of sulfuric acid particles. So ऐसा fog हो गया, particles हो गया. So and those fog particles, they don't condense also easily. So we don't prefer this method. तो हम क्या करते हैं? Sulfur trioxide को it is absorbed in 98% sulfuric acid to give oleum, or which is also called pyrosulfuric acid, and then that is diluted in water, and we get sulfuric acid. So that's all we have covered in contact process. There's nothing beyond this in contact process. So I hope the contact process of sulfuric acid is crystal clear to you, right? Now I'll take you through the chemical properties of sulfuric acid very quickly, and these are easy. These you have been doing since you were in 6th, 7th grade. Most of the reactions you will see that they are all which you have done before in your 6th, 7th, 8th grade, even 9th grade you have done. So let's quickly I'll take you through the common chemical properties which is done before and other new properties that you will get. So these are all the chemical common which you have done before. Common properties. Even you have done these properties in acid base chapter. So acid ka jo properties hai, all the properties of acid we will see. So what are the properties? See, acid and metal, they give you salt and hydrogen. So you are getting zinc and sulfuric acid, zinc sulfate and hydrogen. Iron and sulfuric acid, iron sulfate and hydrogen. So any acid and metal, they will always give you salt and hydrogen. This is how you get. Koi bhi base and acid, these are all bases, right? Any base and acid, they give you salt and water. So see here, same reaction you are seeing, that sodium oxide, sulfuric acid, sodium sulfate, water. Magnesium oxide, sulfuric acid, magnesium sulfate, water, and so on. So any hydroxide and sulfuric acid, same way you get salt and water. So go through these reactions. These are all reactions where you get salt and water. Acids and bases react to form salt and water. You should go through all these reactions. Sabke case mein salt and water, because they are either oxides of metals or hydroxides of metals. These are all covered in acid base chapter. So zinc hydroxide plus sulfuric acid, zinc sulfate plus water. Sodium hydroxide plus sulfuric acid, sodium sulfate plus water. Copper oxide plus sulfuric acid, copper sulfate plus water, and so on. थर्ड वाला देखो, कार्बोनेट्स. अगेन ये भी पहले का पढ़ा हुआ है. So any carbonate and acid, they will always give salt, water and carbon dioxide. It is sodium carbonate and sulfuric acid, तो salt क्या बनेगा? Sodium sulfate, water, carbon dioxide. अगर copper carbonate and sulfuric acid, तो copper sulfate, water and carbon dioxide. Same thing in bicarbonate. अगर मान लो potassium bicarbonate है, so potassium bicarbonate and sulfuric acid, the salt you will get is potassium sulfate, water and carbon dioxide. And also remember, all these are the reactions that is done before in 7th, 8th, 9th grade. Any sulfite, so carbonates and bicarbonates, they give salt, water and carbon dioxide. देखो carbon dioxide gas. Bicarbonate में भी carbon dioxide gas, water and sulfur dioxide. But any sulfite hai, you will get salt, water and sulfur dioxide gas. Any sulfite or any bisulfite, the gas evolved will be sulfur dioxide. And salt water to banega hi. So sodium sulfite plus sulfuric acid, sodium sulfate plus water plus sulfur dioxide. Sodium bisulfite plus sulfuric acid, sodium sulfate, water and sulfur dioxide. So any sulfite and sulfuric acid, sulfite, huh? So any sulfite and sulfuric acid will give you sulfate, salt, water and sulfur dioxide. So salt will be in this case like sodium sulfite plus sulfuric acid, sodium sulfate plus water, sulfur dioxide, so on. और कोई भी सल्फाइड ड है, ड, सोडियम सल्फाइड, जिंक सल्फाइड, आयरन सल्फाइड एंड सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड, you will get their sulfates and कौन सा gas? H2S gas. इसमें no water is produced. So इसमें the salt and H2S gas, no water is produced. All right. So these are the reactions which is nothing is new. It was all done in 7th, 8th, 9th grade. Even 6th grade also some of the reactions were there. Coming to the other properties of sulfuric acid. Now we should know that sulfuric acid is a less volatile acid. HCl and HNO3, they are more volatile. तो जो less volatile acid होता है ना, they can displace the volatile acid from their salt. What does that mean? मतलब ये है, देखो जैसे Sodium chloride plus sulfuric acid. So what will sulfuric acid do? It will displace sodium from sodium chloride. So it will form sodium bisulfate plus HCl. So क्यों? Because HCl is more volatile. H2SO4 is less volatile. So जो less volatile है, they displace more volatile. So they displace the volatile acids from their salt. So let us take another example. Sulfuric acid plus KCl, KHSO4 plus HCl. एक और example, H2SO4 plus NaNO3. You get sodium bisulfate and nitric acid. And potassium nitrate and sulfuric acid, you get KHSO4 plus nitric acid. So basically what you are getting, the less volatile acid displaces the more volatile acid from their salt, and therefore you are getting these volatile acids. देखो तुम्हें क्या मिल रहा है? HCl, you are getting HNO3. So you are getting the more. So the less volatile acids, they are able to displace the more volatile acids from their salts, right? Next, what is the next type of reaction? Or B, there are some oxidation reactions of sulfuric acid. So oxidation reactions of sulfuric acid is like you can see carbon. These are non-metals, right? Non-metals we are seeing. Non-metals for oxidation. So carbon and sulfuric acid will give us carbon dioxide, water, sulfur dioxide. We have to remember. See, there are a lot of reactions in chemistry. We have to learn all of them. Sulfur plus sulfuric acid, sulfur dioxide, water. ऊपर में देखो कार्बन प्लस सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड में कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, सल्फर डाइऑक्साइड, वाटर. यहाँ पे सल्फर प्लस सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड, सल्फर डाइऑक्साइड, वाटर. फॉस्फोरस प्लस सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड, फॉस्फोरिक एसिड ही हो गया गेटिंग. यहाँ पे एसिड, फॉस्फोरिक एसिड, water and sulfur dioxide. So remember, learn. You have to learn it. That carbon and sulfuric acid you get carbon dioxide, water, sulfur dioxide. यहाँ पर कोई एसिड नहीं बना. Second में भी sulfur plus sulfuric acid, you get sulfur dioxide and water. But when it is phosphorus and sulfuric acid, we get phosphoric acid, water and sulfur dioxide. So learn karo reactions ko. Oxidation of metals. So see, we know that copper reactivity series में hydrogen के नीचे है, it should not displace. But when it is concentrated sulfuric acid, copper and sulfuric acid, we get copper sulfate, we get water, we get sulfur dioxide. So oxidation of metals. Metals are oxidized like this, copper plus sulfuric acid. So we are studying the different properties of sulfuric acid. We have seen the general properties of sulfuric acid as an acid. Then we have seen that being non-volatile acid, how it displaces the salts of volatile acids and forms the volatile acid. Then oxidation of non-metals, carbon, sulfur, phosphorus. कैसे oxidation? Carbon के case में you get carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, water. Sulfur के case में you get sulfur dioxide and water. And phosphorus you get phosphoric acid, water and sulfur dioxide. What about the oxidation of metals? Metals make copper reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid, forms copper sulfate, water and sulfur dioxide. Zinc reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid, similar reaction, forms zinc sulfate, water and sulfur dioxide. You have to remember. याद करना पड़ेगा, easy ऐसा कुछ difficult नहीं है. Next is oxidation of inorganic compound like hydrogen iodide, it's a compound, hydrogen sulfide is a compound. How do they react? So how do they get oxidized? Oxidation का मतलब क्या है by the way? So addition of oxygen, removal of hydrogen, these is oxidation. So here Hi, hydrogen iodide, iska oxidation. इसमें oxidation में क्या? See, hydrogen is removed. So Hi plus sulfuric acid, we get iodine, we get water and sulfur dioxide. So oxidation of inorganic compounds. Hydrogen iodide is oxidized to iodine. Same reaction, देखो similar. H2S plus H2SO4, you get sulfur plus water plus sulfur dioxide. So H2S is oxidized to sulfur. So these are the different oxidation reactions of sulfuric acid we have to remember, children. All right. Coming to the last part, and then we are done with the whole chapter of sulfuric acid. Last part is sulfuric acid is a strong dehydrating agent. Dehydrating agent का मतलब क्या है? It means it removes water, right? So it removes water, that's drying agent, and dehydrating agent and drying agent. Let's try to understand. It brings about a physical change. देखो पानी उसमें है, there is water, and only that moisture is removed. That's called drying agent. So it removes the moisture, brings about a physical change with no change in composition. Water was there, that water is removed. But the dehydrating property is that it brings about a chemical change and change in the composition of the compound. Like what? So these all the reactions that we are seeing, these are dehydrating agent. it removes the elements of water. Like how? So if you see over here, it removes elements of water due to its strong affinity of water. देखो glucose का formula C6H12O6. There is no water actually here. But what happens when H2SO4 in the presence of concentrated H2SO4, it loses it only what is left is carbon and it loses 6 molecules of water. इसमें तो पानी था भी नहीं. It only contains H2O के elements, like it contain it 12 hydrogen atoms and 6 oxygen atoms. So H2SO4 is such a strong dehydrating property it has got, that it can remove water molecule from here. Elements of what can remove water molecule from there. So we have to remember these equations. Look at the cane sugar. Cane sugar is C12H22O11. It removes water elements of water from here, and only carbon बच गया and water is removed. Some more example. Formic acid लिया HCOH. With concentrated H2SO4, only CO, carbon monoxide, is obtained and water is removed. Look at oxalic acid, COOH, COH. In the presence of concentrated H2SO4, CO, carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide, इसमें से भी एक water molecule निकल गया. Ethanol is C2H5OH. In the presence of concentrated H2SO4, it loses water and it forms C2H4, ethene. So it is a very strong dehydrating agent. It can remove the elements of water from a compound, and these are the different reactions, children, we should remember. Last, hydrated salt, like see copper sulfate. We know copper sulfate formula CuSO4.5H2. It also removes the water of crystallization. So when concentrated H2SO4 in the presence of concentrated H2SO4, you get anhydrous, white anhydrous copper sulfate, and 5 molecules of water of crystallization are removed from here. So if we just have a look at this last thing, that we have taken over here crystals of sugar. देखो इस beaker में we have taken crystals of sugar. We have added concentrated H2SO4. तो क्या मिलेगा? Reaction देखो. Reaction में we get only carbon and water is removed. So steam evolved because it is removing all the moisture, elements of water, and what we get? Black spongy charred mass of carbon. खाली carbon का black spongy charred mass is remaining here. So we get that, and therefore I mean we can say that it has got a strong dehydrating property. So observation seen kya hai? Black spongy mass of carbon formed and steam is seen to be evolved. You can see over here steam is evolved. So children, that completes our chapter sulfuric acid whole. तो पूरा sulfuric acid में there's nothing beyond this. Mostly, I mean, I will not say nothing beyond this, but mostly I have tried to cover 98-99% of whatever is there or whatever comes from this chapter. I hope my today's video helped you to understand, gave you a clear idea of what this chapter sulfuric acid is about. What is contact process, you could understand. The diagram of contact process is crystal clear to you. How the gases are purified through different chambers, I hope it is clear to you. And now once you read by yourself, or you have already done reading, it helped you to remember what you have read, or if you will read after this, it will help you to understand the chapter better. So I will sign off now today here only. And if you have found my video useful, children, please like my video and please share it with your friends and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Bye bye.